Hello, and this is Shane McCabe down here at Nissan in Cookeville, just giving you a walk around video here on that 23 Nissan Titan Pro-4X in super black. I think this loadout makes them look super sharp. You kind of get that like almost murdered out look where you got the black on black on black, but then you get those couple little extra hints of detail, kind of like right there in the hubcap, and then over here for the Titan, and then a couple other spots I'll show you around the vehicle. Just really makes it pop and accentuate it that bit more. And of course, black is just one of the nicest looking colors you can get on a vehicle when they're staying nice and clean. Up here in the front, you can also see you get this really nice premium LED lighting here. Looking at it in the daytime does not do it any justice at all. It really, not to have that pun in there, it shines at night. It makes it look really cool and premium at night, and it just lights up the road so far ahead of you. It just makes it way easier to see having LED lights there. Now here you also do have these little sensors that go around the vehicle. Those are going to be your forward collision sensors. If you get close to something, it'll start beeping at you, let you know. And then that does also work in conjunction with that little triangle piece that's right above my finger there. That's a camera. It is constantly reading data out in front of you in case somebody abruptly stops. It tries to emergency brake for you, or if a kid runs out in front of the vehicle while you're going slow enough, it'll try to stop the vehicle in total with the pedestrian detection that it does have. So lots of really cool safety features here. And then on the front, to add to that black on black look here, you got that little bit of that red Nissan in the front sign there. And then you do have these tow hooks, which are incredibly strong on this vehicle. So it really just adds to that aesthetic. And of course, you do have the fog lights there as well. And then continuing on this side, pretty much all the same stuff, nothing additional here. Over here on the door though, I will show you this. There is a button right here. If you have the key within the vicinity of the truck and you hit that button, it'll do the opposite of what the door is. So if it's unlocked and you hit it, it will then lock the car, and then vice versa from there. So you also do get these really nice Pro-4X mud flaps all the way around the vehicle as well, just to try to keep it looking a little bit more clean all the way through. And again, I think it just adds to the look and styling of this. And then here on the back, this is probably my favorite part of the whole truck as far as looks goes, is having this Titan Pro-4X just trim piece that goes through the back. It just makes it look like it's such a, like one of the upper echelons of trucks. A lot of the times you see like a Ford or a Chevy get into like a King Ranch, it's the top of the line, then you start getting this kind of stuff here. So this just really adds that premium feel and aesthetic to it. And then around here on the back, you also do get these little circles that go all the way around. Those are going to be your backup sensors in case you do get too close to something in the back. And if you get really close, it has rear automatic braking, so it'll automatically brake the vehicle, so you don't have to worry about getting into a collision in the back. Now over here too, you do have the bed step. This is something I really enjoy. A couple other trucks that are on the market will have them kind of up here. We have to pull it out, let it drop down. It's a couple step process from there. This here makes it super easy because you just pull it right down, and then when you're done, give it a little kick, goes right back up. And if you didn't see that when I put this down here, this is an easy descent or a slow fall for the tailgate. So you let that drop and it goes down. Just lets that have a really nice, easy controlled descent coming all the way down. So this does not slam and start messing up with your hinges and stuff like that. Just a little bit longevity. And also, when you're a guy like me making a video for somebody and have a camera in one hand, makes it a lot easier to do this stuff with the other hand. So just makes it easier all the way around. And then here in the bed, you do have a full sprayed in bed liner, which is fantastic. These are so much better than a drop-in, and just the sheer quality of these coming from factory is second to none. It's absolutely fantastic. Here you do have the Utilitrack system that goes all the way through. There's these little cleats that are inside the vehicle in a box. You can put them in any of these little ridged out spots. That way you don't have to get really tricky with tying different things down by only using the few points you have here. Now you can kind of throw whatever you want in there at any place, and just put your little Utilitrack system in there and tie it down much easier. And then over here, you do have the standard household outlet as well, in case you're doing any sort of work here in the back of the truck. And then you do have a light that's up there, and then the power sliding mirror. That way, if honestly, if you don't have a slider that's powered, I just as well assume you don't ever use it, because it's a pain to get back there and open it up. So huge benefit there. And then having that bed light, just for if you are out at night trying to do any sort of work in the back with anything, it just makes it a lot easier to do it. Over here into the back, you will also see you get this really cool stitching that goes all the way throughout the vehicle, again fitting that aesthetic of the Pro-4X. And then over here you have this little pull tab. When we pull this, you can see behind, that's where you got like your jack kit and everything back there. And then if we lift this up, you have a little under seat storage compartment, which if we didn't have all of the other additional accessories in here, would fold all the way out and sit flat. But then you have a little lock right there. And that's for if you had like a pistol, files, anything like that wanted to put in there, you can lock those underneath this seat. And then to put this back down, you just pull this little tab and it'll fall down. Over here, you do have the all-weather floor mats and then your regular floor mats. You have the adventure kit over there and a medic kit. Then over here, you do have another household outlet and then 2 USB fast chargers and a cigarette adapter lighter. And then over there in those 2 brown boxes are going to be like your cleats and stuff like that for the Utilitrack system. And over here on the mirror, before I hop inside the car, you'll see you have this little blind spot monitor here. This is going to be on both sides. It'll light up orange if somebody's in that blind spot. And now if that is lit up orange, then you hit your turn signal to try to turn over into that traffic. That is going to beep at you and let you know. That way, if you didn't see it, you could at least hear it and you'll know every which way from there. So here you have your power locks, windows, mirrors. This also does have the Fender sound system. In my opinion, this is second to none. It is the best sound system out there. Not purely for like bassy loudness, but it is just so crystal clear. You could have this thing up to a high volume and go walk however far away you want from it, really, and you're still going to hear every pitch and tone. So it's really, really nice for just pure listening quality where you can hear every bit of tone in there. You also do get the carbon fiber bump guards through here as well. And then you do have another little spot here just to increase, long-term use of the doors opening and shutting. You do have the kick plate here that says Pro-4X, just adds again to that total feel. Over here you have your fog lights, an automatic setting off, and then you can manually turn on your lights the other ways. Here you do have a brightness and a dim for your dash, and then a trip reset. This is where you can turn on that light that's in the back. Here you can turn on for using those household outlets in the back. This is a Pro-4X, so you do get the electronic locking rear axle that you can do by pressing this button here. And this one's really cool because if you plan to tow, you can use this and adjust those different numbers, and that's going to change the angle of the light. So if you're really bogged down in the back and your lights are shot way up to the sky, you can use that little adjustment to put them back down. So 1, you're not blinding other people, but 2, you're more having a well-lit path in front of you instead of your lights being shot to the sky. And you have a downhill descent control from here as well. Fully power adjustable seat. These are the Nissan Zero Gravity seats. They are crazy comfortable. So much so that there's actually a warning in here that lets you know you're getting a little bit too tired and you should pull over and get some coffee or take a nap and things of that nature. So crazy, crazy comfortable seats. I've been in very long car rides in my personal car, which is unfortunately not a Nissan right now. It's okay and doable, but when I did it, same trip in a Nissan with the Zero Gravity seats, it was remarkable the difference that I felt in the ride. Really didn't feel any sort of stress in my body. The way it works is it's designed to hit a couple different pressure points on your back and help reduce stress and fatigue so you don't feel that pain and just your bottom going numb while you're out and about driving. So you can just stay more comfortable in your drive day to day. So coming over here onto the steering wheel, you have your Bluetooth functionality, volume up and down. This guy right here is going to switch that screen there just to give you a bunch of different information about the vehicle. And then this one here is going to be your seek and scan for your radio stations. It's going to go from preset 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. And then you have a source for AM, FM, Bluetooth, Sirius. And then over here you do have windshield wipers. Here you have your shifter, works just like any other shifter. You do have a tow mode here on the end. If you press this in, it's going to reduce your shift points while you are towing. That way if you're going up a hill and you could maybe upshift the gear, but you don't really want to because you know it's going to slow down some and then you're going to have to downshift a few. It's just so much more shift points slowing you down. This will reduce that by using that. And then you have a manual shift option with the plus and minus there if you would like. This also does have intelligent cruise control. That's this button right here. So if I hit that on button and then you can see the distance in the very bottom, 1, 2, 3, that's essentially car length. Most folks tell me that they like it at 2. 3 starts working a little too soon. 1 is like right on a bumper, but 2 is where most people find that they do like that. So the little camera that's up there, it's going to distance pace you. So if you have it set to 2 car lengths at 70 miles an hour and somebody pulls out in front of you going 60, once you get within 2 car lengths, you're going to slow down to 60 right with them. If they slow down less, you will too, but you'll keep yourself maintained at two car lengths from them. Now, if they get out of your way, you're just going to go right back up to your 70. So if you have luck like me, I never use my cruise control, because as soon as I do, somebody gets in front of me and I have to turn it off. So, or I have to reset it and keep going. It's a whole pain. If I had this, I wouldn't have to worry about it, because the car will do it all for me. So it's a really, really nice creature comfort, especially if you plan to drive this a lot. You also do have that little speed limit sign there with that same camera up there. As long as it was able to read the most recent traffic limit, or speed sign, sorry, it's going to post that up there. So now there's no more driving down a back road and not knowing the speed, but you see those lights behind you that look pretty similar to a cop's lights. So you slow down and just have a little bit longer of a ride back. And you could have been going 45, but now you're just going 30 because you never know. Here, it's actually going to tell you, and there's no more guessing game. So it's a very, very handy feature there, at least for me in my day-to-day. Over here, you also do have the switch for the 2-wheel drive, 4 high, 4 low. Now you can switch it to 4 high on the fly. Longevity purposes, if you can stop, I personally would. If you do the 4 low, you do have to push it in and twist it to 4 low. Definitely at a stop, and definitely not on flat dry pavement. But you do have that option to use that there. You do have the trailer brake controller down here, as well as 2 fast chargers. Those are going to charge your phone incredibly fast. Not quite as fast as charging in a house if you got like a 120 watt brick, but way faster than it would be in any other vehicle really that I've been in. This way you actually gain a charge while you're using your phone, rather than having it plugged in purely for the fact that it doesn't die. So you'll actually gain a charge, which is really cool. Here you also do have dual climate control, so you can have it set for either temperature on either side. And then you also have an auto function, which is really, really nice. It works like a thermostat in a house. If I hit auto, it's just going to keep me set to 60. You can see it changing the fan all on its own right there. And that's because we're above 60 in here, and it's just going to kick on more air to get us there. Now, if you want to turn that off, all you got to do is hit the fan button, and it's going to disable it, because then you went into manually changing it. But that's how that works there. And you have a mode button, which is going to then switch your area where you want that air to be blowing through. And then you have where you're going to pull the air from the outside in. And if where you live, if it gets as hot as it does here in Tennessee, you're going to want to use this one in the summertime for the AC. This is going to recirculate the air inside the car, so it's not going to pull in that hot air from outside, and it's just going to keep recirculating very cold air. So that's a nice little trick that I'm sure you'll find coming in very handy if it gets very hot by where you live there too. And now the screen that's on here, it has a super good pixel density, and it's very clear and clean. And what I mean by that is it almost reminds you of like a phone screen, where it's just very smooth. I've been in a lot of other vehicles where they're kind of grainy in a sense, and I don't know if it's because they think you might scratch it by using your hands or something of that nature, but Nissans are very robust, very durable, and they still retain that really, really good clean picture, which is awesome. This is also fully touchscreen, and as you can see here, you have navigation as well. There's no upcharge for the navigation or monthly subscription. It is free for the time that you own the vehicle. And this also does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So if you'd prefer to use something of like Waze, you can do that over this as well. And if we go in here to the audio, you can hit source, and this is where it'll show you all of your different places of where you can, get your music and things of that nature. Here, this does have the home link mirror as well. So these 3 buttons here are going to be for a garage door. You can program this to one at your house, use those buttons, that way you don't have to have the little garage door clicker up in the visor wherever you normally would have it. It could all be done right from there. And then here you have a spot for sunglasses. This is actually a really big area where it'll actually fit most of them. A lot of other vehicles I've been in will maybe fit reading glasses, but any sunglasses, good luck trying. They'll sit like half pulled out like that. This will actually fit most of them in there. Here you do have your lights on both sides, of course. You have this SOS button. This is for Nissan Connect services. I'll explain that to you a little bit later on, just so that this video doesn't run on too crazy long. And then you have the power slider right here as well. So when I do that, it opens there and then closes the other way from there. Again, most folks don't end up using that rear slider if it's not powered. So being that is powered, huge benefit. And the last couple things I'm going to show you here, you got this little thing that can pull in, pull out, and it's a little spot you can have for your phone or anything like that. And then you got a cup holder that's movable, and then you could also put it in any different spots. So it's pretty adjustable, gives you lots of room for however you want to have everything set up in your vehicle. So really cool feature there. And then inside here, you have a huge middle console, so you can fit just about everything and then some, and you have another charger down there. And then here you got a couple places for some pens, and then a spot over on the right side there for any sort of business cards or credit cards. Not that I recommend leaving money or cards inside your car, but you could if you wanted. And then you also do have the 2 cup holders there, and you get this really nice, it almost matches tread on a tire on these seats. So again, it has that really cool Pro-4X aesthetic that has that leather wrapped on the outside, just making it very, very comfortable and durable. And you get that really cool stitching all the way through as well. And then in here, pretty good sized glove box, and then a front license plate bracket if you need it where you live, or if you just want a custom one on there too. So I know this video went on a little bit longer, but I hope it answered all of your questions. And if you find you have any additional ones, please just feel free to let me know, and I would be more than happy to answer them for you. But hopefully we can put this thing in your driveway pretty soon. Thank you.